Great job by Romberg there. What a great guy. Never gave up a sack in college. Never. Ken Dorsey was never on his back as a result of the Romdog's play. Never gave up a sack. I didn't give him the proper intro either. I should message. I'm sorry. Usually I bring him on, national champion, Remington Award winner. Never gave up a sack to Ken Dorsey in his collegiate career. That's a terrible job out of me. I apologize, Romdog. I'll have to send him a message. Hey, you got Thursday Night Football tonight. Cowboys and Titans. If you're looking for a place to watch, Briny Irish Pub, Pompano Beach. That's my spot for NFL Sunday ticket for the Dolphins this weekend. Dolphins at Patriots. I will be there at the Briny Irish Pub, Pompano Beach. But tonight, you got Thursday Night Football, Cowboys and Titans. You got fresh food. You got cold, fresh craft beer. You got your favorite cocktails going on. You got all kinds of specials. Briny Hour, that's happy hour. Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. World's greatest upscale dive bar. You got live music every single night, and tonight, 8:15, of course, Thursday Night Football. So head on over to Briny. How do you get there? So easy. Atlantic Boulevard, all the way to the Atlantic. Now, don't park in the Atlantic Ocean. Park behind the Briny. Free parking, they will validate you, okay? Free parking behind the Briny, world's greatest upscale bar. Like I said, Atlantic Boulevard, all the way down to the water, but park behind the Briny, and they will validate you. You won't have to pay for parking. All kinds of specials, and I'll see you there on Sunday for Dolphins and Patriots. So, Panthers back tonight. Panthers have the Canadiens. You get a really big crowd there at FLA Live Arena because you get all the French Canadians. You get the Snowbirds. So Panthers, they've lost back-to-back to finish before the holiday break. They have not won 3 in a row. You know that? They have not won 3 in a row this year. Let's see what's on tap for the Panthers. All right, tonight, like I said, you got the Canadiens who are not any good, but neither are the Panthers. The Panthers, here's what the schedule is like coming up for the Panthers. Tonight you got Montreal. Tomorrow at Carolina. That will be tough, obviously. And then back home on Sunday against the Rangers. And that will be tough as well. The Rangers are on fire right now. So the Panthers, struggle city, man. You look at the standings, I think they're 9 back of the wild card, which, look, it's amazing. And the Panthers, yeah, they are 9 back of the Rangers. 9 points back of the second wild card spot. Overall in the East, they're 12th. So this team, I don't want to hear about injuries. This team went from first place all year last year, essentially, President's Trophy winner, to before January, the very next season. You can count them out as far as the playoffs. Count them out. They're not going to make the playoffs. That's rather stunning. President's Trophy winner to the next season before January. They are done. 9 points back. Can't make it up. It's too many. So, but I'll be watching. Like I said, no spoilers. I'm going to WWE tonight. I'm going to WWE Live. I'm very excited tonight. No spoilers. Nobody text me. Don't tell me what's going on with the Panther game. I'm recording it. And I'll watch you when I get back. You know my style. Come on now. We found out yesterday, of course. We'll do a lot on the Dolphins tomorrow. Tua's out. Teddy Bridgewater's going to start. Do your job, Teddy. Haven't won a game this year for the team when you've been in there. The game that you came in for Tua and the 2 others that you started. Haven't won a game. Come on. Do your job. Win a game. Dolphins can clinch if they win this weekend and the Jets lose at Seattle. But, of course, the Dolphins can clinch if they win both games. You don't have to worry about anyone. Dolphins can move up to 6th. I went over the scenario yesterday. They can move up to 6th if they win their final 2. And the Chargers, whatever. Off the top of my head, I can't do it right now. Just go out there and win the final 2 games. All right? Just win the final 2 games. Dolphins, you know what? I could do it, actually. Dolphins win their final 2, and the Chargers lose their final 2. Dolphins would move up to 6. If the Dolphins win their final 2, and both Baltimore and the Chargers lose their final 2, you can move up to 5th. There you go. There you have it. Everyone's happy. Now you understand. All right. You guys know what time it is. Let's do some big deal or not a big deal. Come on now. Here's what we got going on. All right. Big deal or not a big deal. There was some happenings in the NBA last night. All right. First up, the New Orleans Pelicans. They are fun, man. Zion Williamson is awesome. That's an easy team to root for. The Western Conference will be fun as hell come playoffs. You got teams that look like contenders like New Orleans, like Memphis, like Denver. West is wide open. But last night you had Zion Williamson. They were playing the Wolves. The game was tied. There was 30 seconds remaining. Wolves had the ball. Give it a listen.
And Zion takes it away. To the misses. Oh my goodness gracious. Joe, what are we seeing? We are seeing a superstar.
Love a little bit of Antonio Daniels on the call there. What you're watching is a future MVP candidate. You're watching one of the most exciting players in the world right now. Zion had a career-high 43, and they ended up holding on. They win by 119, 118. That basket put them ahead, 118, 116 late. So Zion with the career high and with the clutch play, the steal and the dunk on the other end. He's awesome. He's a lot of fun. That's a big deal. A new contender out west, that's a big deal right there. Big deal or not a big deal? Let's stick with the NBA. So you had the Pistons and the Magic. Pistons won last night, but you had a situation, okay, in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena, and there was an errant pass that was thrown into the backcourt by Orlando. You got Mo Wagner, who's kind of chasing it down, but it's one of those plays where if he picks it up, it's going to be a backcourt violation. So he's kind of just guiding it out of bounds. Well, Killian Hayes is running up the sideline there. He wants to pick the ball up and try and score. Well, Mo Wagner, instead of allowing him to do that, he bumps him, kind of body checks him. It wasn't strong, but because Killian Hayes was moving so fast, even a little kind of bump. You know what it reminded me of? That playoff game where Robert Ory did a similar thing to Steve Nash, and Nash went crashing into the scoreboard, and players came off the bench for Phoenix. They all got suspended, turned the whole series around. And it was a disaster. Very dirty play by Robert Ory there. And here, so Mo Wagner body checks, not hard, but because of the speed that Killian Hayes is moving, super dirty play. Wagner knew exactly what he was doing. Killian Hayes goes flying into his bench. And now you got a little bit of a fracas where Killian Hayes gets up, sucker punches Mo Wagner in the back of the neck. Mo Wagner, lights out. Out cold. Out cold. Bad situation. Bad scene. This is a big deal, all right? It's a big deal because Mo Wagner, super dirty play, and Killian Hayes, you punch a guy out. Punch a guy in the back of the head. I would expect Killian Hayes is going to get at least 10 games. Very big suspension coming from Killian Hayes. Very ugly scene. Now, it's a big deal because you got to remember, this is Detroit. Malice at the Palace. And they clearly have a protocol that was set in place from 18 years ago, 2004, where if we have a situation like this again, this is what happens. Code red, everybody. Code red. You had the PA announcer. He was ready to go. And listen to him put down this warning to the people in attendance.
The moment you move, you're going to jail. Stay in your seat.
Whoa! They do not mess around in Detroit. If you move, you will be arrested. They've been waiting 18 years for this moment to make sure they don't have another Malice at the Palace, and they are ready to throw you in jail. The PA announcer, he must have like a script that's right next to him, which he hasn't had to use in 18 years. Like, if it happens again, you revert right there to that. And you tell anybody if they move there, go into jail. That was a scene last night. That's a big deal. Not to be outdone, dirtiest player in the NBA is arguably Grayson Allen. Mac Jones is the Grayson Allen of the NFL. We talked about this. Grayson Allen, all-time hateable Duke player. Look, Grayson Allen plays like a thug. The thug out there. Grayson Allen last night, he got on a pick-and-roll situation. He got pushed by Patrick Williams. This is actually called a foul on Patrick Williams. He got shoved by Patrick Williams. But then Grayson Allen, instead of stopping his momentum, decides, I'll just go full force and I'm going to forearm and shove DeMar DeRozan to the ground. So unnecessary. DeRozan gets up. He's really angry. Grayson was like, whoa, what did I do? Hey, you thug, all right? Whoa, what did I do? And this is a big deal, all right? But you got to listen to the Bulls announcers here. Adam Amin and Stacey King. Stacey King, who's always super over the top. Give these guys a listen.
Different incidents at Duke.
Watch this.
He's had multiple incidents in the NBA.
See, look, boom.
And he just that is completely unnecessary.
And he's trying to say he got pushed.
I don't doubt that he got pushed. There's no reason to add that. Just because you got pushed doesn't give you carte blanche to do that. And that's why it's frustrating to watch a talented player like Grayson Allen keep getting involved in stupid, dumb, dirty moments.
Let me tell you something. Until one of these players, he runs across the wrong
He's going to keep doing it until he gets a forearm chip to his face.
Somebody gives him a two-piece with a biscuit and Fanta.
Stacey,
he'll stop doing it.
You know that I rarely get upset about.
You never hear that from the local announcers where they're talking about he needs to get punched in the face. And then, look, they're right. I mean, somebody does need to lay out Grayson Allen. It's never going to stop otherwise. The thug. Somebody is like, it'll stop when someone lays him out. But you never hear that from the announcers. My favorite part, though, is when Stacey King says he's trying to say that he got pushed, and literally right when he says that, you see Patrick Williams totally shoves him. That's what was a foul on Patrick Williams. Totally shoves him into the direction of DeMar DeRozan. But a completely unnecessary play from Grayson Allen. He's always extra. He's probably the most dirty player in the entire league. I hate his guts. Very hateable Duke player. That's a big deal. And finally, one more for you here. Big deal or not a big deal. So yesterday, a shocker coming out of Vegas where Josh McDaniels is totally trying to save his job and blame Derek Carr for the team's offensive struggles. You can't tell. We've seen Jarrett Stidham. So Jarrett Stidham is now going to start the final 2 games. He's benched Derek Carr. Wants to get a look at him. We've seen Stidham, all right? Stidham's not better than Derek Carr. Derek Carr's actually pretty good. Stidham's not better than Derek Carr. And this is Josh McDaniels trying to blame Derek Carr. That this is why I've been so bad. I got to give this other quarterback a look now. And Derek Carr, there's no turning back. Like, he is not the Vegas quarterback anymore. Can't turn back from this. So he'll be traded somewhere. Depending on Tua's situation, that could be a spot with the Dolphins. But Derek Carr has now stepped away from the team. Now, it's not like they're going to the playoffs anyway. They have like a 1% chance. This is a big deal. You don't see this very often. It's a big deal because Derek Carr is stepping away, who seems like an all-time good guy and a great teammate. And it's Josh McDaniels trying to scapegoat Derek Carr and save his job. That's a big deal. And that right there is another edition a big deal or not a big deal. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks to Romberg for joining us early in the show today. We'll do the fantasy football tomorrow. We'll be able to react to Cowboys and Titans as Week 17 gets going. We'll be just a couple sleeps away from Dolphins Patriots. Teddy Bridgewater, do your job. The Heat will be starting a 5-game trip tomorrow night. Can we start the show tomorrow? That I experienced a great WWE live show at FTX Arena and then got home and watched the Panthers get 2 points against the Canadiens. Is that too much to ask for? A home win against a bad team? Come on. Great job by everybody involved in putting together the show today. You all were wonderful. You did an excellent job. We'll talk to you on ZASLOW Show 2.0 tomorrow. You know what that means.